is complete without a little something sweet or something really sweet, and with my favorite ingredient, chocolate. So pastry chef Julie Montgomery is baking brownies. These are St. Patrick's Day brownies. I mean, you're going to use some stout in them, so we get that taste that we associate with St. Patty's Day.
Yes.
But first and foremost, they are brownies, and they look scrumptious. They look so perfect. I mean, you are incredible at what you do.
Oh, thank you.
But would you describe them as very dense?
They're dense. They're fudgy, but they're not unpleasant. Yeah, exactly. They're dense, but they're luxurious, and it's because of the chocolate. It's also because of the stout.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we make these?
So first, when you're making these brownies, you want to start with the ganache, which is the shiny chocolate coating on top. So all you have to do is take your 35% cream, whipping cream, and add a little bit of the stout in there just for flavor. Okay. And you bring it up to a boil. And then you're just going to pour it over top of chopped chocolate. I would say the chocolate should be like semi-sweet. Okay. And let it sit. And basically, it's going to be very liquidy when it is first made. But after it sets, it's going to look like that.
That's beautiful. This is what you're looking for. So it's a little bit dense.
It's a little bit dense, yeah. And it needs a good several hours to set up. So if you're planning on making the brownies, do that ahead of time. Got it. And then set it aside, and then you can start making the brownies.
So you're saying don't eat all of this before you start the recipe?
Maybe eat like half. Do a double recipe. Got it. And then we're gonna, while that's coming to a boil, let's make our brownies.
Let's do it.
Okay, so before time, ahead of time, sorry, I melted my chocolate and my butter just over a pot of barely simmering water. Nice. And then in the bowl, you're gonna put your eggs, whole eggs, 3 sugar. Eggs. Yeah. Okay. And you know, if you're gonna go for it, you better go for it. And whisk it all together. And then you're also gonna add, just for flavor, a wee bit of vanilla. You could also add another flavor if you wanted to complement. You could add coffee, which is great as well. Are you strict about the vanilla you use? I like to use good quality real vanilla, although these days it's quite expensive because there is a vanilla shortage. So if you have to, you know, not spend so much money, go for the artificial vanilla, but I don't recommend it. Okay, got it. And then I just poured in some stout, and you can smell that. It's got this malty, beautiful quality to it. It's got some chocolate, or sorry, some coffee notes as well. Yeah. So it really, you don't really necessarily taste it like overwhelmingly in the brownie, but it brings out the chocolate flavor. It sort of elevates it. Gives it some depth. Exactly. And then once you have that mixed in, would you like to pour the chocolate in? Sure. Am I pouring it? Where am I pouring it? Okay. Just checking. Just checking if you wanted me to pour it in my mouth. Yeah, exactly. I can pour it wherever you want, though. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. And then we're going to put in just some all-purpose flour. Okay. To bring it together, and a little bit of salt. And I like to add a little bit more than a little bit of salt. It's just to give it that extra little bit of flavor. Yeah, that happens a lot with sweet recipes. The salt helps elevate it as well, doesn't it? Exactly, absolutely. I'm just going to pour this over the chocolate while we're chatting. So this is just going back to the ganache. Now, while you're doing this part of it, is there anything in the instructions? Baking is very much a science. Yes. Like, should you not be whipping the crap out of this? Should you be doing it very lightly and folding it and Yes, exactly. Okay. With that motion. With that motion. Do that. Yeah, actually, that's a really good point, because brownies can be anything you want them to be. They can be dense and fudgy like this. They can be light and cakey. If you want them light and cakey, you want to beat with a lot of air into them so that air bakes in the oven and you get that cakiness. Also, you'll notice I didn't put any baking powder or baking soda in there because the malt has the beer has carbonation, and it will actually leaven it in the oven. So you don't have to put that in. See, there's the science right there. That's so cool. Just going to pour the brownie in the pan just like that. I already pre-lined it with a little bit of parchment paper in the oven. Bake it for about 30 to 35 minutes, and then you have this. Through the magic of television, we have that. It's so perfect. You want me to take this? Sure, thank you. So I'll put this over here. Yeah, and then afterwards, for later, you'll excuse my reach, you just put the chocolate on top, like that. Have you put that in the fridge or anything like that? It's just been sitting. Was sitting out there. Just sitting out, yep. And then you just literally spread with your offset palette knife like that. And you can have it as thick as you want it or as thin as you want it, but I like it pretty thick because it's the best part. I like that you put a huge thick coat on it. Right? And then you can lick the spoon afterwards.
Yeah.
And yeah, these chocolate brownies are definitely going to have a beautiful flavor of the stout. It definitely elevates them to another level for sure.
Very nice. Do you need that to be totally, like, it's okay if you see the knife marks, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, maybe if I was doing it for a presentation like this, I would dip my knife in hot water and sort of pull it across, and it gives it a nice smooth look. Or you can give it a little more rustic look like that as well.
Okay, I love it. I just want to get a shot of this here, or that side, just to show how beautiful and precise the ones you made are, because you're truly an artist. I know it's baking, but it is art. And you made all of this. You made the little pot that it's all in?
I DIY'd the little pot. I'm pretty proud of myself.
Cool.
I'm not a big DIYer.
That is so cool. And the little gold?
Yeah, the gold is actually chocolate that I tempered, and then I cut it with a little cutter, and then I airbrushed it with edible gold spray, and then edible gold sparkles as well. So it's all chocolate.
Cater all my birthday parties?
Yes, absolutely.
That is so pretty. Okay, cityline.tv for this very good recipe.